Hello and welcome to this edition of the Weekend Review for City7 News. We take a look at the stories that made the headlines over the last 7 days. A huge fire broke out at the National Paints factory and headquarters in Sharjah on Tuesday. Traffic along Emirates Road was brought to a standstill as firefighters from different Emirates rushed to the location, which is one of the busiest intersections in the UAE.
A massive fire engulfed the National Paints factory on Tuesday morning. Shop owners and people nearby were shaken up when they heard a loud explosion at around 9:30 a.m. As the day progressed, the smoke got thicker and thicker.
9:30, I think, 9:20 and 30, I heard the sound, huge sound. Then when I come out and go see the National Paint factory, it's burned and very huge, what call this, smoke.
As the day progressed, the fire was slowly contained with the help of firefighters from Sharjah, Dubai, Ajman and even Abu Dhabi. The UAE civil defense teams were also on site to offer critical support.
We received one complaint early in the morning regarding an accident in Sharjah at the National Paint factory. The factory contains paint that is flammable, which caused an explosion. We were concerned about how quickly the fire could spread. There were no casualties or injuries according to the firemen. We were able to evacuate people easily. Thank God everything went well because we had a lot of support. Of course, we moved as fast as possible to the incident. After observing the smoke, we were concerned about the chemicals in the paint that could cause other explosions. We had to make sure that the surrounding factories were also safe, so we evacuated the entire block. We did take a lot of time, but everything was under control.
This family-owned business, which started in 1969, is run by Mr. Salim Saeg. National Paint has 54 distribution centers worldwide and approximately $200 million in annual sales. Mr. Saeg chose not to speak to the press, but upon hearing that there were no injuries or casualties, he clearly looked relieved. The cause for the fire is still unknown. Police investigations are currently underway. The total amount of damages so far is also unknown. With June Lee, Natasha Thomas, City7 News.
And another fire took its toll on Wednesday morning in the Ras Al Khor industrial area. According to Dubai Civil Defense, the blaze started around 11:30 in the morning. Firefighters and rescue teams from 6 centers brought the fire under control by 2 p.m. Of the 12 warehouses affected, 7 were saved while the remaining 5 were destroyed. The warehouses contain plastic materials, household appliances, perfumes, cosmetics, and fabrics. No casualties have been reported. The cause of the fire has yet not been established. This is the second large fire in the country in just a week. The results of the second round of Dubai school inspections were made public today. More than 180 private and public schools were ranked by the Knowledge and Human Development Authority in the categories of outstanding, good, acceptable, and unsatisfactory.
At 6 a.m. this morning, the KHDA website went live with the results of a year-long inspection of Dubai academic institutions. For the first time, the process has been made transparent by allowing the public to peruse 15 to 20-page detailed reports on each school's progress.
It's a good tool for existing students and their parents to have a good, healthy dialogue with the schools. So we feel that the wealth of information available on the school is extremely important point to start engaging and getting into dialogue, not between the regulator and the school, no, but between the school and their existing parents or their potential parents this year.
The evaluations covered topics ranging from school bullying problems to adequate health staff. The 5 outstanding schools were Al Manhal Kindergarten, Al Nukba Model School, Childhood Development Center Kindergarten, GEMS Wellington International School, and King's Dubai School. Not only did these programs thrive in areas like parent satisfaction and children's Arabic language skills, but they excelled in the most important factor under consideration, the quality of the teaching.
We're pleased with the results this year. We think that a number of our schools have got the right recognition as being good, outstanding. So we're pleased overall with the results. Inspection's still quite new in Dubai, but it's settling down, and it's good to have an external test of the schools from time to time. It helps to give parents information about the schools that they need.
The unsatisfactory schools are, for the most part, low income, but the KHDA believes that shouldn't stop them from maintaining passable standards.
Whether or not you agree with the results, the KHDA implores parents to take a few minutes and read the reports. They hope the concrete details will give the community a platform for launching academic reform. Carmel Dimici, City7 News.
Welcome back to the weekend review of City7 News. RTA has named the Al Khor station as the Noor Islamic Bank station, which is due to open on May 15th. A 10-year contract was signed with the bank for the naming rights of the station, which is situated on Sheikh Zayed Road. Though the contract amount has not been revealed, RTA officials say each station has been built at around the cost of 19 million dirhams.
This is for sure will open many doors for Noor Islamic Bank to market their brands and to be more close to their customers and have a lot of advertisement even opportunity within the metro system, as well as adding the value to our metro lines.
The other stations to open on May 15th are GGICO and the World Trade Center. RTA is also looking for companies to sign up for the naming rights for stations under construction on Dubai Metro's Green Line. The Emirates Identity Authority will allow UAE residents to obtain their driving license and register vehicles without the use of the Emirates ID card. According to local reports, officials say this change will help people finish procedures related to the Traffic and Licensing Department until they actually get their ID cards. The Ministry of the Interior earlier announced that ID cards will be essential for traffic and licensing services from the 2nd of May. The British election process has come to a close with the formation of a coalition government, headed by new Conservative Prime Minister David Cameron and Liberal Democratic Nick Clegg as his deputy. This is the first time in 70 years that the UK has been spearheaded by a coalition parliament. Dubai's British expat population has mixed reactions to the news.
To be honest, I was quite shocked. I thought either Labour or Conservative would outright, one of them would win, and I didn't think we'd have sort of hung parliament or anything. I'm very glad that Gordon Brown stood down last night, because not a fan of him.
I think the coalition that's been put together is quite promising, actually, and it could go two ways. It could be successful and therefore be well worthwhile.
Having a coalition government is going to mean that there's going to be a whole bunch of things that aren't going to get done as quickly as a lot of people would like.
I think with the two parties, they share some views on policies, but also there's some, they don't agree on some things. So I think some of the policies won't be put into effect that could actually benefit the British people.
The UAE's medical field is looking to become a self-reliant enterprise. Medical students will soon be able to earn full certification in their graduate emphasis without going abroad to finish their studies.
We're standing at the construction site of the Cedars International Hospital, where 1 year from now, students will be able to get their specialty medical degrees for the first time in the Middle East.
Until now, any graduate student practicing a focus, such as oncology or pediatrics, had to rely on Western institutions for their final years of training. This dependency on other countries was becoming an increasing problem for Middle Eastern medical apprentices.
It was much easier earlier on, before the European Union has come into being. It was much easier for, let's say, the third world countries, doctors to go and do their specialties in Europe. After the European Union, the priorities have changed dramatically. The priority is given to the locals of each nation as such. This leaves no opportunities, no job postings for any doctor or for most of the doctors who would have liked to do their specialization in Europe.
The school will be accredited and run by an internationally renowned German hospital that has not yet been disclosed. Students will practice laboratory research alongside patient cases, a crucial development in a region where lab research is often neglected due to lack of facilities and funding.
You can't have postgraduate training without research either. And you can't have research without an academic setup environment. We have tied up with Fraunhofer, which is a known research institute, a worldwide renowned research institute, to also plan, design, and carry out research in the respective areas that are pertinent to the region.
The foundations have been laid for a building that will make medical instruction in the UAE a self-reliant field. Carmel Dimichi, City7 News.
Well, that's all for now. As always, you can send your questions and comments to news@city7tv.com or call us on 04-367-2254. For the latest news updates, you can also visit city7tv.com and do join our Facebook group. Goodbye for now and enjoy your weekend.